Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Toddler in St. Catherine traffic video safely with father. The police are reporting that the incident where a toddler was seen wandering on the road in St. Catherine happened on Monday, and that the child was quickly reunited with family. The incident happened in the Macookspend community off Old Harbour Road. It was captured on video and shared on social media platforms. In the video, the child was seen in the road wearing diapers and carrying a bottle. Cops who were passing by intervened and removed the child from the road. Deputy Superintendent of Police Dale Garrick from the Police Corporate Communications Unit told reporters that when investigators spoke with the child's father, he explained that they were at home when he locked the door and went to the back of the house to get something. She said the man further explained that when he returned, the little one had disappeared. He then ventured to the road where he was met by the cops who had retrieved the child. It was noted that the father was encouraged by the cops to enhance the security of his home. It would appear that there wasn't anything that would have shown that there was neglect and that would have resulted. We are very happy that it had a happy ending, Garrick stated. Police seek public's help to reunite elderly man with family. The St. Andrew North Police are seeking the public's help to reunite Lloyd Jones with his family. The elderly man was found wandering in Wenfield District, Gardentown, St. Andrew on Monday, June 27, around 8:30 p.m. He was unable to provide an address or any other information. Anyone with information that can be used to identify him or his family is being asked to contact the Gardentown Police at 876-702-1870, the Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Person of interest in Denhamton mom's killing reports to cops. One of three people named as persons of interest in connection with the death of Devenice Nelson has turned himself over to the police. Tevin Cross, the uncle of Nelson's boyfriend, Eric Bango Murdoch, on Monday went to detectives probing the death of Nelson, who was the mother of a 2-month-old baby. He reportedly turned up at the Denhamton police station with a community member. He is currently being interviewed by detectives. The boyfriend and another person of interest identified late Monday as Alejandro Brando Murdoch, 17, are still being sought. They are also being asked to turn themselves in to the police immediately. Nelson, otherwise called Pinky, a student from North Street, Kingston, was shot dead at her boyfriend's home in Denhamtown, West Kingston on Sunday night. Her baby had been admitted to hospital prior to her death, it is understood. The police said residents reported heard explosions and summoned the members of the security forces. Upon arrival of the police, a joint search of the area was conducted with the military, during which they were alerted to an apartment on Kings Heights on Walter Street. The joint team, upon entering the premises, saw the door to the apartment ajar and made entry inside. Upon entering, Nelson's body was seen lying on its side, partially nude, in a pool of blood. The body what had appeared to be gunshot wounds to the left side of the face. Nelson was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital where she was confirmed dead. Security guard accused of Portland ATM robbery offered $2 million bail. Calvin Hill, the security guard charged in connection with an April 23rd explosion at a Scotiabank ATM in Portland, has been offered bail in the sum of $2 million. Hill was brought before the Portland Parish Court on Tuesday to answer to charges including arson, housebreaking, creating public mischief, larceny as a servant, and falsification of accounts. As a condition of bail, he must surrender all his travel documents. There is also a stop order against him at all ports of entry and exit, as he is to report to the Port Antonio Police Station every Thursday. He is not to in any way attempt to interfere with the ongoing investigation. He has not yet taken up bail. Hill, who is represented by attorney at law Carl McDonald, has been scheduled to return to court on July 26. The 31-year-old security guard was charged on May 5 in connection with an explosion which left him injured and at least $12 million in damage. A section of the bank which houses 2 ATMs was destroyed in the early morning blast. On arrival, officers observed fire and smoke coming from the front of the building. Further investigations reveal that the 2 ATMs were also destroyed during the explosion. The Port Antonio Fire Department was contacted and a team of 7 firefighters responded and extinguished the blaze. Schools closed as tropical disturbance nears Caribbean. The government of Trinidad and Tobago closed schools on Tuesday as forecasters warned that a tropical disturbance would bring heavy rains and gusty wind to the southeastern Caribbean. The approaching storm also prompted Trinidad-based Caribbean Airlines to cancel at least 4 flights. A tropical storm warning was in effect for Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Grenada and its dependencies, with forecasters warning that up to 6 inches of rain could fall there and in northeastern Venezuela. The U.S. National Hurricane Center said the system expected to grow into Tropical Storm Bonnie would pass over to near the southern Windward Islands on Tuesday night. On Tuesday morning, it was centered about 260 miles east of Trinidad and was heading west at 23 kilometers per hour with maximum sustained winds of 40. Another disturbance further out in the Atlantic had a lower chance of becoming a named storm later in the week. Far out in the eastern Pacific, meanwhile, forecasters said former Tropical Storm Celia was expected to fall below Tropical Cyclone formed later in the day. The storm had formed off the coast of Central America on June 17. They are good people. Berlin Black-Hartley had fonded memories of how 86-year-old Derek Gardner and his 85-year-old wife, Elfrida Gardner, helped others in their community when they were younger and could earn a living. Now too old to work, they live alone in a house that's falling apart, and it breaks her heart to see them like this. She is hoping others will join her and other neighbors who have been helping the senior citizens. I give a helping hand to them whenever I can because they are in need, and it's one child that they had who is not in the position to do that much. He gives them what he has, and he can try his best, but it is also hard on him, the 57-year-old housekeeper told reporters. Everybody is trying to help, but all have our bills and so on to pay, so it is hard sometimes, but all around, we try to pitch in here and there. She said she has known the couple for more than 30 years. They were all members of St. James New Testament Church. Black-Hartley said she still remembers the sacrifices they made for the church and community members. They are good people, I can tell you that much. Nothing was ever too good for them to give away or to make time for others. The man used to preach at my church, a great preacher as well, but he has not been well, so he can't preach anymore, she said. Sometimes I can see the man is worried because he is just always sitting by himself and not talking, she added. She is also concerned about their health. The lady was telling me that it's 2 years now that she has not been to the doctor, and she has a problem where she urinates on herself, so because of that, she has to wear Pampers. The man is also having the same problem, so soon he will have to start wearing Pampers too. But right now, they can't even afford the Pampers, so you can understand the situation, said Black-Hartley. Though it's a struggle, she journeys from her home in Bog Hole, Clarendon, sometimes twice per week, to visit the couple in the neighboring community of James Hill. Even Sunday gone, me cook and carry dinner for them, and they were so glad because when I got there, the wife was telling me that they didn't have anything to eat. Me try my best to see how often I can go to them. Other people who live closer to them try as well, but right now they are in need. Sometimes I go there and would want to cook so they can have a few things to eat for days, but their fridge is not working, so they don't have anywhere to keep the food, Black-Hartley stated. They would want a proper fridge to store certain things. That's one of the main things they need right now, and some food because sometimes they don't have anything to eat, she appealed. She has tried to get local authorities to intervene. I called the counselor and asked him for help also, but some of the stuff they need, he said his office don't really provide those, like the fridge. He said he only give like mattress and so on, but he will be trying his best to see what he can do to help. I plan to ask him if someone in his office can put them on the PAT program so that they can try and get some money for them, she reported. Reporters were unable to reach the counselor by phone despite several phone calls since last week. Black-Hartley is hoping for quick action. In addition to a lack of basic needs, the elderly couple's house is caving in, she said. The wooden floor has collapsed, making it quite hazardous for the senior citizens who live alone. The house is falling apart, because the boards of the floor rotten, so when you step on them, it will take you under the cellar. The lady was trying to clean one day and she told me that she fell underneath the cellar. The place wants a little upliftment, so if you can do to get some paint, and so just to paint it and even to fix up the board floor and the roof, Blackheartly asked. Anyone who wishes to assist the elderly couple may contact Berlin Blackheartly at 876-581-0150. 68 new COVID cases in Jamaica, 1 death reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 68 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death on Monday, June 28, bringing the infection total to 142,626 and total deaths to 3,121. The new cases comprise 32 female and 36 males, with ages ranging from 4 months to 96 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 20, St. James 10, St. Catherine 9, Portland 7, and Westmoreland 7, Manchester 3, St. Mary 3, Trelawney 3, Clarendon 2, St. Anne 2, and St. Elizabeth 2. The deceased is a 55-year-old female from Clarendon. The case was previously under investigation. There were 97 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 90,762. Currently, 113 people are hospitalized, 31 of whom are moderately ill, 13 severely ill, and 5 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing was 16.9%. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.